DJ, man, you guys seem to be in a lot of tense games these last 3 games. You know, after St. John's ratcheted up the pressure there, and you guys was kind of back and forth there. How were you guys able to close it out in the final minutes?
Yeah, I mean that's just something that we've kind of learned along these games all season is that when we hit adversity, our group kind of tends to go in a shell and not come together. So we put a lot of emphasis on that in practice lately. And when we go through adversity, we just got to come together, settle down, and just understand that we're going through adversity. You got to identify it and then find ways and work with each other to get through it. So really just doing that, slowing down. In practice, we do that all the time. And we knew they were going to ramp up the pressure. They're a very good defensive team. But I think we did a good job of that in the second half. And also, it kept us in that game.
What is it about St. John's pressure defense that makes it so tough to play against?
Oh, yeah. They're very athletic guys. I think the best thing that they have quick hands. Driving, you got, they pick up full court. They're going to have quick hands, so you can't dance with the ball and stuff. Driving lanes, you're always going to have guys smacking down at the ball and stuff like that. So you just got to, be very, fundamental and sound with your movements and, make the right play, right, simple play. And, for the most part, I think we did that tonight. We got a lot of things to clean up, but towards the end, I think we, had some big plays that got us through.
Nick with the wire, anything?
Yeah, DJ, you seem to really like the second half. What makes it about the second half, where you're able to step up and make big plays in big moments?
Usually that's just kind of, my mentality going into the game. I usually just kind of let the game come to me. Not try to be, too aggressive at the start. Just kind of read the game, see how they're guarding things. And then in the second half, I can usually turn it up. And the reason I turn it up usually is because it opens, more things in the game for me. If I can get my guys the ball early and stuff, it will open things in the lane for me to make plays and stuff like that. So usually, I just kind of step up in the second half just because I'm able to, read things more and things start to open up. So that's kind of why.
Ben Steele?
Yeah, you've had a couple of clutch plays in the recent games. I know when you came to Marquette, you talked about, the trust you had in Coach Mojo. What's it mean that, that he's kind of put the ball in your hands in these clutch situations?
Yeah, it means a lot, to have that trust from your coach and stuff. And he knows, that I've worked for it too. So, I think that's just having that healthy relationship of good, strong bond of having trust and stuff like that, creates, less things you got to worry about on the court. When you and your coach have, full trust in each other, it makes things way more easier and smoother. So, I think Coach putting his trust in me has really, helped build my confidence, and it's only going to help from here on out.
What was your view of that lefty layup that Kobi hit with 24 seconds left?
Oh, yeah. I was in the corner. It looked like he kind of got in my bag a little bit for that one. He had the little long step, lefty, high off the glass finish. I like that. He's a player. He's a big time player. Does a lot of things for this team. And, I'm proud of the way he played like tonight. He gave it all on both sides of the floor and had some big plays going down the stretch of the game. So I'm really proud of him, and I know he's going to keep performing for us through the way.
What about that last defensive stand that Theo was guarding Dunn there on the when the play started out, but then he got that block. What went through that on that defensive possession?
Yeah, on that defensive possession, we know, St. John's is more of a driving team. They got a couple guys that can stretch the floor and shoot it, but we knew they wanted to get downhill, get to the rim, and try to draw a foul. So, Theo did a great job of guarding on ball. And, we work on that in practice. We were switching 1 through 5 in the second half. We expect our fives and fours to be able to guard guards. And they did, a pretty good job of that. And Theo made a big play, big block at the end before it went out of bounds. And, I expect that from our guys. I know how talented they are, and I know that they can guard the perimeter very well. So I expect that as the season keeps going on.
What have you learned about, your team in these last 3 tense games that you played? What do you think you can get better at, and what have you done well that you want to keep doing?
Yeah, I mean, one thing I know about our team is I think we're really unselfish. Sometimes to a fault, even in practice. Sometimes the guys will pass up open shots, stuff like that. But I mean, that's the thing I love about this group is I think we're really unselfish, and that would take us far. I think we got a lot of guys that just play to win, and that's a big thing to have in the culture. But one thing I think we need to clean up is just being more assertive on offense and being more clean, smoother. Whether that's cutting harder, taking care of the ball, being more, just more direct with our dribbles and stuff like that, not dancing with it. That will lead to less turnovers and, a more efficient offense on our end. I think that's something that we need to clean up. But, overall, I'm really just happy and proud of my guys for getting this win here at St. John's, because I know it's not easy on the road in the Big East.
How good did it feel to throw down those back-to-back dunks there in the second half?
Yeah, it's been a while since I had a dunking game, and it felt good to have 2. But I mean, that was good play call by my coach. He set me up for that one, so I can't take all the credit there. But yeah, it felt good. Felt good to see my teammates cheer me on, and having their energy up for me and stuff like that. And hopefully I can get some more attempts in the future.
Anything else for DJ? Okay, thanks, DJ.
All right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
Thanks, DJ.
Hi, Coach.
Hi.
We'll start with Ben Steele, Milwaukee Journal Sentinel. Ben, you can go ahead.
Coach, you guys never seem to make it easy on yourselves in the second half. How do you think you guys were able to respond after, St. John's got back in the game and took the lead with about 7 minutes left there?
Yeah, I thought our guys showed great toughness and resolve. In this league, it's obvious that the teams are going to punch back. And I thought in the first half, we did a really good job of handling their pressure and making simple plays. I think their pressure got to us in the second half. And one of the ways it got to us was fatigue. And, that's what that constant pressure, brings to the table. But our guys had enough in their tank to make big plays at the end. Certainly Kobi's drive was huge. The defensive stop at the end of the game obviously was huge. And I'm proud of our guys for making enough game-winning plays. Wins in this league are like gold, and road wins are like gold. And so for us to come and get a road win was terrific for our group.
Can you talk us through that last defensive play? It looked like, Theo was guarding Dunn at the top of the key, and then, he came down and got the block. Like, what were you guys doing there?
Yeah, Theo's is such a good defender at the end of the game for a defensive stop. You got to have him on the floor. But we wanted to keep a smaller guy on Champagne because we felt like that's where the ball was going, given the half that he had. So we were cross-matched. But we felt like if Theo gave ground, he'd be a very difficult guy if they wanted to take advantage of that matchup to shoot over at the basket, while we kept some more mobility and agility on the guy who was just fantastic in the second half.
Nick with the wire.
Yeah, St. John's, even though without fans, they came into this game 6-1 at home. What makes it so hard to play at Carnesecca?
Well, it always starts with the team. They play a very unusual style in today's college basketball with their constant pressing, the pressure they apply to the ball. They don't really allow you to run plays. And so you have to make plays. And again, I thought in the first half, our guys really had a great balance of attacking, but not being careless with the ball. In the second half, we're not as sharp in that area. And then Champagne was tremendous, and that allowed them to get back in the game. Fortunately, we were able to get enough stops and enough baskets to win against a very difficult team to play against.
And then you guys struggled a little bit offensively to start off the game, but as you kind of mentioned, your defense really kept you guys in it. How important is it for you to have that defense turn into good offense? And eventually it did, throughout later in the first half and into the second half.
Yeah, when we can score off our defense and not have to run against their pressure offense, that's the best thing. And we were able to get some runouts as a result of our activity on the defensive end, which was, there are huge plays in a one possession game.
And Steele?
Kobi's had a handful of clutch moments in his 2 years at Marquette. Why do you think he's so calm and collected, down the stretch of games?
Kobi's got a very tough mentality. And, generally guys who deliver down the stretch want the ball down the stretch and are willing to live with repercussions of having the ball at the end of the game. I also thought because of Kobi, we were in foul trouble. I thought because of foul trouble, he was fresher. And I thought DJ did, there's a lot of pressure on him to handle and attack their press, and it wears you down. And I thought he was running on fumes a little bit there at the end of the game. So we wanted to put the ball in Kobi's hand, and Kobi did what you would hope your seniors do. He delivered.
With all these tense games that you guys have played recently, what do you think your team has learned from that? And what are you telling your team in the next week that you guys need to get better at?
Well, I'm proud of them because they found ways to win. And it's come from different guys, but everybody that has played for us has made big plays. So finding ways to win is huge in the Big East Conference. Obviously, there's areas that we can improve on. We got to continue to take better care of the ball. Our execution on both ends of the floor can go up, but you'd much rather learn from wins than losses.